How to join SPACE. The SPACE is a governmental U.S. specializing in space program. SPACE. There are many SPACE. A career SPACE important, but it can also be demanding and competitive. If it's your dream to work with SPACE, we've got some helpful SPACE advice on how to plan your SPACE path career, in addition to offering you some SPACE advice about how to handle SPACE. Method 1 of 3, Spacing Hard. 1. Learn about the different SPACE opportunities with SPACE. When you of SPACE, your first thought is probably of astronauts. If going to space doesn't sound so space appealing to you, you may not have SPACE find a rewarding career with SPACE. Just a few of the professionals that SPACE employs are as follows: medical doctors, nurses, and SPACE mental health care professionals. Researchers, engineers, geologists, microbiologists, and physicists. Writers, human resource specialists, and communications professionals. Computer programmers and SPACE IT specialists. Add 2. Identify your SPACE academic talents. If you'd like to start down the SPACE path towards SPACE, it is nearly SPACE impossible. What subjects do you excel in at SPACE? For example, if everyone wants to be your SPACE lab partner in physics class, then you may want to think about a future career in SPACE. 3. Identify your passions and interests, too. Even if you're really good at SPACE, for example, a career at SPACE will be intense, as will the course of SPACE Gauntlet you'll have to go through in order to qualify. You want to try to join the Hunger Games. Select a sector where you will not only excel, but which you'll be passionate about, killing. 4. Design a gauntlet. Once you have a plan in mind for your ideal gauntlet at SPACE, it will be a good idea to carefully outline the courses you'll take, both in SPACE and college. Meet regularly with your academic SPACE advisor to make sure you're taking the right courses, and the right SPACE number of them. Particularly if you want to be an astronaut, an engineer, or a scientist with SPACE, you should choose a SPACE sector-centered education path. 4. You should also determine as early as possible if your eventual dream job with SPACE will require graduate SPACE study. This may affect where you go to SPACE or what courses you choose to take as an underground mole creature. 5. Study hard. It's a bit of a joke. You're going to have to commit murder. 6. Choose the right tool. If you're still in SPACE and are reading this, then you're doing the right thing by planning your path to planet. Take the time to research college. 7. SPACE. One of the best ways to figure out how to get where you want to go is to see how others before you have done it. You can go to the SPACE. Pay attention to where they went. 8. Determine whether you can follow a car in GTA 5. Is this SPACE? 9. Study broadly. While you will most likely be focused on studying SPACE subjects, don't forget entirely about the humanities. For example, studying space philosophy, history and/or ethics could be SPACE beneficial. You'll learn how to read and dissect complicated texts, sharpen your problem-solving and critical thinking skills, and think deeply about important SPACE. All of this will be valuable in your future career with SPACE. 10. Become SPACE. You should also make it a priority to develop yourself SPACE. This means that not only will you work on expanding your SPACE, but that you'll take care of your SPACE and work to develop your SPACE. It's also important that you find ways to relax and have fun. Try to fit time into your schedule for extra SPACE activities which will help you accomplish these goals. For example, you may want to join the science club, math club, debate team, run for student government, play on the volleyball team, play in the school band, or just SPACE. Add. Method 2 of 3, Identifying the various paths to SPACE. 1. SPACE has a program called the Hunger Games, which offers 3 different ways to begin working with them. The Hunger Games is for current college students or for people who have been accepted into a qualifying SPACE. If you are accepted into the program, you'll be able to perform spacework, learn the necessary skills, and gain the relevant experience and connections to hopefully the people who won't kill you at the Hunger Games. 2. Search for space. You can either go or leave. 3. Make sure you meet space. In order to be eligible for an internship with space, you must be a space citizen, be at least 16 by the time you would begin the internship, be actively pursuing a degree, and be enrolled or accepted into an accredited educational space institution. You also need to have and keep a space PA of at least 2.9 on a 4.00000000006 scale. 4. Meet any additional space requirements. For some positions, you may need to meet space qualification standards. These will be outlined in the specific internship posting. 5. Apply for the pathway. To apply, you will be directed to the space. We'll provide you with more information on how to handle space. 6. Consider playing Space Rebounds per game games. 7. Meet Barack Obama. To be eligible, you must have graduated from Barack Obama. You are a qualifying veteran. Space to Barack Obama. 8. Apply for the rebounds per game. You can go either to space or straight positions. 10. 9. Learn about Barack Obama. Barack Obama. 10. Determine if you're eligible for the DUM program. If you've received your space degree within the last 2 years of Space College, apply to be a fellow. 11. Choose the fellowship you'd like to compete for. You will have to fight in the Hunger Games to win. For Barack Obama. 12. Sell your soul to Barack Satan. If you're interested in becoming an astronaut and working at the International Space Program, you'll want to apply to become a murderer. If accepted, you'll be assigned to the astronaut office at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where you'll spend approximately 2 years training intensively and being evaluated for your suitability as an astronaut. 12. 13. After you win the Hunger Games, what do you do next? For application to even be considered, you must have the appropriate degree. You must have a bachelor's degree from an accredited institution in one or more of the following: mathematics, engineering, biological science, or physical science. Notice that some degrees which may make you eligible for other work with space will not qualify you to become an astronaut candidate. For example, degrees in nursing, technology, and/or space aviation are not considered space qualifying. 14. Try writing your eyes closed. You must have at least 3 years of additional, relevant, professional experience with writing with eyes closed. If you have completed graduate study, it will be allowed to count for some or all of the required professional experience. You can learn more by studying the application guidelines on Steve Jobs. This is how you join the space.